Welcome to the Diary of a Pan-African Preacher. There is a well-known African proverb that states, "The child who is not embraced by the village will burn it down to feel its warmth." Across Africa, governments are grappling with rising tensions and disconnects between leaders and the continent's youthful population. With over 60% of Africa's population under the age of 25, young people represent a powerful demographic, but one that is often sidelined in political discourse and decision making. This exclusion is leading to frustration, disillusionment, and in some cases, unrest. To address this widening gap, African governments must actively involve youth in governance by embracing inclusive, practical, and youthful friendly strategies. One key issue lies in the lack of representation and communication. Youths often feel overlooked by political leaders and institutions that make decisions about their future without consulting them. Many governments are perceived as out of touch, operating with outdated structures that fail to consider modern communication methods or the fast changing priorities of young people. High unemployment, limited access to quality education, and corruption only compound their frustration. To rebuild trust and engagement, African leaders must prioritize digital participation. Young people are already using social media platforms to express their views, organize movements, and demand accountability. Governments should meet them where they are by actively engaging on platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok to share information, collect feedback, and foster dialogue. Additionally, supporting youth-led online petitions and creating digital platforms for civic engagement can strengthen the relationship. Establishing representation structures is also equally valid. Youth councils and advisory boards should be integrated into both the local and national governance. Youth parliaments is another example of how young people can be engaged in enhancing their political literacy and providing a formal space for youth-led developments. Ensuring, therefore, that the voices of young leaders are heard and respected in institutional decisions. Beyond formal politics, social participation must also be encouraged. Volunteering, community organizing, and participation in out-of-school programs empower young people to practice leadership and democratic values at a grassroots level. These initiatives also provide practical experience and promote a sense of responsibility and belonging. Crucially, African governments must focus on inclusive engagement. Reaching out to marginalized and underrepresented youth is vital, particularly those in rural areas or living with disabilities. Communication should be clear and accessible, and trust between youth and leaders must be nurtured through consistent respect and accountability. Involving youth in governance is not just a matter of fairness, it is a necessity for Africa's democratic and development future. By implementing these strategies, African governments can unlock the potential of their greatest asset, their youth. Ashe.